is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Black We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Today, the Tigers conclude the first leg of their West Coast swing. We celebrate Memorial Day weekend on a gorgeous afternoon here in Oakland. Welcome to Game 3 in this series featuring the Detroit Tigers and the Oakland Athletics. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba alongside Kirk Gibson. Glad to have you with us here for the final game of the series. Tigers trying to win 2 out of 3 here. Yesterday was a close game. Victor Martinez tied it up before it got away late, but Victor, he's been red hot.
Well, he has. You know, after a 15 season when he was hurt all year, Victor is back. He's got 2 infield hits. That's how back he is. Better yet, he's driving the ball. He's nestled in there behind the number 3 hitter, Miguel Cabrera, hit 400 with runners in scoring position. You just look at the balance he has, the way he's driving off that back foot, and that's the 2-run home run from yesterday's game that tied the game in the 6th for the Tigers. However, things didn't turn well for the Tigers after that, but Victor swinging the bat very well.
All right, now the Tigers today will take on the A's best pitcher. Rich Hill has been outstanding this year, and Gibby, we know one thing, he's going to feature a lot of curveballs today.
More than anybody you'll see in the big leagues. 50% curveballs on the hold, everybody, 64% to left-handed hitters. He wants you to do is he wants you to chase. He creates different angles, different speeds, and the Tigers have had trouble doing that. Then when you look for the curveball, he comes with the fastball. It's very, very sneaky. So I think the Tigers need to try and make an adjustment today, get the ball out, up, and over the plate, something that's going to break over the middle, something that you can get the bat on and hit it with much more regularity. And also, you want to sit in an 0-0 count or a 2-1 behind count with runners in scoring position on the curveball, because that's what he's going to throw. We owe this guy.
Yeah, we certainly do. It's on to Anaheim next for the Tigers, but first things first, hopefully a series win here against the Athletics. Right now, we send you back to the Colsham Studios and Justin White. We get you ready for baseball here this afternoon. Tigers and Athletics. You got a Tiger fan, an A's fan. My suggestion here is that baby be raised a Tigers fan just to make sure everything's okay with that child. Here's the starting lineup today for the visiting Detroit Tigers. It is presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Ian Kinsler will get things started for the Tigers, followed by J.D. Martinez and Miguel Cabrera, who's been on base in 15 straight. Victor homered yesterday. Castellanos at third, Upton is at left. The only change really McCann catching in the bottom three of the Tigers starting lineup. And they are facing the left-handed offerings of Mr. Rich Hill.
Yeah, as I said in the open, we owe this guy lots of curveballs. Shut the Tigers out in the previous outing. He's got to get the ball up, get it into the zone, and be patient and try and hit strikes today on Rich Hill. Let's take a look at the A's starting defense, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Coco Crisp in left, Billy Burns center, Chris Coughlin in right, Valencia and Alonso on the corners in the infield, Simeon and Lowry up the middle. Stephen Vogt will catch Rich Hill. Not very good defense, .988 fielding percentage, worst in the American League. So Tigers want to put the ball in play and put some pressure on that defense.
And we have ourselves another spectacular afternoon here in the Bay Area. The field conditions today are presented by Ace Hardware and the Scotts Company. It is 68 at game time. It is sunny. And what's the track looking like today?
Going to be fast again. It's pretty quick right now, but it's going to be lightning fast as the game moves on. Bring your sunglasses as well. Is that part of the field report?
That's part of the field report, yes. Bring your sunglasses and your sunscreen and plenty of water. Here's Ian Kinsler to get things started. Tigers have a chance to win 2 out of 3 in this series.
Yeah, something important to do. You come out on the West Coast. We talked in the very first game about how tough it can be to come out here in this environment. Want to get off to a good start with the 2-1 series win.
Well, Kinsler not feeling any jet lag at all. He is 5 for 8 in the series, including a double and a triple. And Rich Hill set to go to work, and so are we. Kinsler, Martinez, and Cabrera here in the first inning. Here's the first pitch of today's ball game. It's a strike called on Ian Kinsler.
Almost 100% fastballs. First pitch in a major league game. High 90% for sure, and Ian Kinsler gets one right there. You have to expect a curveball from Rich Hill.
Fouled back out of play 0-2.
You know, when you prepare for a game like this, sometimes you think, he threw all those curveballs last game. Is he going to do the same thing, or is he going to go the other way? And so far, 2 fastballs.
Yeah, that always has to be in the back of your mind because he had such success in that start against the Tigers using the breaking ball. And in fact, Hill in his last start threw a ton of breaking balls, 57 of them. It's pounded out of play. 0-2, the count stays on Kinsler.
You know, Rich Hill, his first game of the year, went 2 2/3 innings. I was talking to Bob Melvin, the A's manager, and he thought he couldn't believe he hit the first batter with the first pitch, hit the second batter with the third pitch, and it almost hit the third batter, and he didn't go very long. But he had one more rocky start since then. Now 7-3. There you see the wipeout breaking ball. Ian Kinsler breaking in under the hands, out of the zone, and 1 away. He had that fastball in his mind. It's a pretty good setup by a pitcher right there. And you can see the big break. It just comes out, takes a lot off it. That's a long way to go right there, and Ian goes down.
Hill struck out 8 Tigers in their first meeting, and he has his first of today's game. J.D. Martinez looks at one bend low, 1 ball and no strikes.
I was talking about in the open is these counts, the 0-0 count, he's going to throw the curveball. In general, he's going to make it a strike curveball, meaning it's going to be over the heart of the plate. When he needs a strike, he'll throw that curveball that way. Other than that, he throws the chase. That's the one you want to stay off of.
They'll get back into the seats, and the count on Martinez now 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, the amazing thing about Hill this year is how he's put it all together. His last 7 seasons combined now, he had 8 wins in the major leagues. That's it. And he's got 7 this year.
And he was in the minor leagues with Boston last year and came up with 4 games at the end of the year and pitched very well. And here he goes this year. Solid 7-3 record.
1-2 on J.D. Martinez. Had his 6-game hitting streak come to an end in yesterday's ball game. Tigers were out hit in that game, as it turned out, 17-6. The 17 hits, the most by the Athletics this year. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Martinez. Miguel Cabrera waiting on deck.
Now, if you watch the way he sequences the Tigers, he'll throw the breaking ball. It looks like it's going to come out high in the zone. Then it breaks down. So you tell yourself as a hitter, I'm going to lay off that pitch. Then it's a fastball right at the top, and then you have a late swing. So he's got a good arsenal, and he's got it working this year. It's a very good test for the Tigers today.
2-2 on JD Martinez. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, and a couple of strikeouts for Rich Hill to start this game. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, here comes the curveball again. Snapdragon breaking it out of the zone, well over top. And there, Rich Hill, 41.7% curveball usage, highest this season.
Tigers just saw Aaron Nola of the Phillies on the last homestand. He had a good breaking ball as well. Here's Cabrera, and Miggy looks at a strike, 0-1.
So it's easy for me to sit up here and say it, because there's no, if I'm wrong, it doesn't really matter for the hitters. But you might want to move up in the box as well. That was a bad draw. So closer to the pitcher. Just one of the thoughts is that the ball will be higher in the zone if you inch up. It may force him to throw more fastballs as well. These are just all suggestions that people have made over the years, but you've got to find out, what are you going to do to take away his strength.
2 balls and 1 strike on Cabrera, who stands deep in the box. And Miguel was, or is, 0 for 5 in the series. He has drawn 3 walks, one of them intentional. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Again, you're half looking for something off speed. Then he throws the sneaky fastball. 91 miles an hour, but Rich Hill's pretty tall. He's got a little more sneak to his fastball than it looks.
That'll get back out of play. Hill stands 6'5", 220, born in Boston. And Gibby mentioned he played for the Red Sox last year, mostly in the minor leagues. When he came up to the big leagues, he posted an ERA of 1.55, and that earned him a contract this year with the Athletics.
And he's from University of Michigan, is he not?
He is. Chopped the 3rd foul.
Led the Big Ten in strikeouts in 2002, 4th round pick by the Cubbies.
2-2 on Cabrera, just underway here in Oakland. And another one foul, so at least Cabrera giving Hill a battle here. Miggy batting .313, coming in with 11 home runs. He's been on base in 15 consecutive games for the Tigers. Yesterday's loss drops the Tigers back to the 500 mark this year. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Well, Rich Hill picking up where he left off the last time he faced the Tigers. He strikes out the side. Of the first inning here in Oakland. Their starting lineup today presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. It'll be Coco Crisp to lead things off for the Athletics. Jed Lowry, Stephen Vogt, the top three. Valencia at third base. Chris Davis, man, he's on a home run tear this month. Yonder Alonso is at first base. Semien, Coghlan, and Burns your bottom three. They're facing Mike Pelfrey, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Well, Tigers continue to look for improvement from Mike Pelfrey. They've been getting it small and incremental parts, and still is 0-4. The ERA is coming on the way down, and they're going to need, because the bullpen's a little beat up today, they're going to need some innings out of Mike, and he's going to have to continue to throw his secondary pitches when he's in down counts.
Yeah, we mentioned yesterday the Tigers gave up 17 hits. They used Ryan, Soppold, Wilson, Farmer. Coco Crisp, 3 out of 9 in the series, couple of RBIs as well. Pelfrey's 0-1 is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Athletics leadoff man. Mike Pelfrey signed with the Tigers in the offseason. First inning typically has been bothersome for him, so a quick, snappy 1-2-3 first would go a long way today. The 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, look at his ERA in the first inning this season at 7 ERA. Historically, though, in his last 2 seasons, you see there 2.83 ERA in his first inning, but struggling this year.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. 2-2 on Coco Crisp.
You know, each pitcher throwing today, you get in down counts. That means like the 2-1 count when he was just in, you don't want to get in a habit of just throwing fastballs in the middle of the plate. That's going to cost you. That's why we talk about either making a good fastball pitch on the corner, either in or out, and up and down, or a combination of both, or the secondary pitches, your changeups, your sliders, your curveballs.
Popped up left side of the infield. It'll be the shortstop Iglesias to the grass.
Let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense presented by Beaumont Health. Out in left field again, Justin Upton, Cam Maben holding down center with J.D. Martinez over in right. Iglesias and Kinsler up the middle. Castellanos and Cabrera on the corners. James McCann is receiving today from Mike Pelfrey.
Saltalamacchia caught yesterday. McCann back in there this afternoon. It was a night-day day. That's how this series was breaking down in terms of a start time. So McCann got the day off yesterday.
Yeah, those catchers, you know, they take it personally. I know I talked to Salty a little bit today about that big inning that the A's put together, and they get frustrated. Unfortunately, he's going to have to sit and watch it today, and hopefully James McCann can put some good fingers down.
1 ball, 1 strike on Jed Lowry, batting in the 2 slot.
And it's not so much that they're putting the wrong fingers down, it's just the execution of the pitches. The pitches from Soppold yesterday, just really too much middle of the plate, and the A's made us pay.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. The A's, a team that have been struggling. They certainly looked anything but a struggling offense yesterday late in the contest as they blew open a 3-3 tie. Now the 1-2 pitch. It'll get back out of play.
Yeah, you're talking about it yesterday. Runs in the game 12. Previous 8 games 2.9. Extra base hits up. Team batting average way up. But that's yesterday. Tigers are going to do their best to make sure they go back to their previous ways.
Here's the 1-2. 2-2 now, the count on Jed Lowry.
One of the things James McCann likes to do a lot, especially with Mike Pelfrey, he puts that target right underneath the armpits of the left-handed hitter. And you see Pelfrey's ball sailing back late onto the plate. Just missed right there. We get a change up here.
Oh, we got him. Strike 3. A delayed call by Ramon De Jesus, and Lowry not real happy.
That was a real good job by James McCann. Watch the way he holds this pitch
so DeJesus can see it.
Back in the third position, the catcher, number 21, Steven Vogt.
Does it cross the plate? Maybe nicked it a little bit, but you see James sell it right there. See how he pulls it up right in the corner? Yep, that was on the corner. Ramon makes the call.
Here is Steven Vogt. Really until the last few seasons where catcher's ERA and pitch framing and all of that has become part of what baseball looks at. I don't think very many appreciated in the past how many strikes you can actually steal throughout the course of the game.
Well, it used to be a secret, but now it's well publicized. So the more you talk about something, the more everybody watches it, and things get into, I guess, the important part of, how else can it help you beyond your team? It's another stat that is scrutinized by the teams and what you can do for them in many different ways. So we've all picked it up.
Steven Vogt lines one to center field. That's a base hit. 2-out single for the Athletics.
I tell you, Steven Vogt, every time he takes a swing, he's been hitting rockets this series. Did not play yesterday.
Back in the fourth position,
First game, looks like he's pretty comfortable up there.
Danny Valencia.
Now Danny Valencia. He's had a pretty good series. He is 3 for 8. He has scored 4 times.
With a home run.
Yeah, Valencia hit a solo shot off of Matt Boyd yesterday in the 4th inning. He also chipped in with 2 singles. They play him to pull on the infield, shifting toward the left side, and he looks at a strike, 0-1. The runner being held at first base, the entire right side of the infield open for Valencia should he shoot the ball that way. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Strike called by Ramon DeJesus. 0-2.
Looked like he got caught looking for another pitch right there. Usually a fastball seeker. The 0-1 fastball right there doesn't offer.
Valencia, since coming off the disabled list, he was on the DL with a hammy problem. Is hitting the ball pretty well. 16 RBIs in the 18 games since coming back. And he shoots a broken back grounder up the middle into center field. Base hit. Out of the reach of Iglesias. Vogt will go to third base. They'll stop him there. Couple of 2-out singles for the A's, although that one was not all that impressive.
But it counts. Look at the box score. It looks like a rocket gets in on him right here. Makes a pretty good pitch. I think it breaks his bat. It looks like Iglesias was leaning the other way. Just found a spot through the infield. He's now threatening with 2 outs, first and third.
And Chris Davis will step in. Pelfrey today is getting ahead of hitters, which is a positive sign. He's gone first pitch strike on all 4 that he's faced so far. Now Davis, who has massive power. He has hit safely in every game he has played against the Tigers this year.
You can see he's got 14 home runs. 10 of them have come off right-handed pitching.
Little pop-up. Foul ground, first base side. Miggy hauls it in, and the threat is over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We go to the second.
know, what do you do to get on Rich Hill? Here's Wally Joyner throwing in batting practice today, mixing in left-handed curveballs, just trying to get the Tiger hitters to kind of mentally start thinking about what they're going to be facing. Normally the Tigers do not hit on Sundays, but however they did today. And again, dropping some curveballs in there, trying to prepare for a win today.
Well, the first inning was a bit bumpy. The Tigers struck out 3 times. A 1-2-3 first for Rich Hill, who goes back to work. Victor Martinez leads it off, and he'll take strike 1. Victor, then Castellanos, and then Justin Upton. Interesting strategy by the Tigers during batting practice, because you really don't see a breaking ball like this one as often as you may see more conventional pitchers.
No, you don't. And you know, batting practice pitchers in general, they throw most of them every day. If you had the curveball in there, I don't think they'd make it. So you don't carry extra curveball guys on the road either. They do have curveball machines that they hit off of pretty regularly.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Victor had a vicious rip. Martinez homered into the ball game yesterday, drawing the Tigers to a 3-3 tie before it fell apart. And Victor now has hit safely in 6 in a row. Ground ball to third, off the glove of the third baseman Valencia down the line. Victor taking the turn. He's going to hold up. Thought about going to second, but he'll pull in.
Good thought. Made Valencia hustle, pick it up, and make a throw. That's what you want to do. You can kind of read that action and decide to continue on or get back to first base. See, Valencia didn't take that drop step. The world famous Alan Trammell drop step, I'll say. The ball ate him up. Those infields getting very hard early in this game. A lot of topspin on that ball.
And that'll be ruled a base hit. This is an A's team that really has not fielded the ball all that well this year.
Well, we pointed out last in the league.
Meanwhile, Victor
by a lot
continues to torment the Athletics. There's a ball inside to Castellanos. Good defense can really overcome some other deficiencies on your team. There's a chopper foul, third base side.
Well, you're trying to convince your pitcher to pitch to contact. Most of them want to miss the bat. And if you play good defense, that really is convincing to do so. If you don't play good defense, maybe not so convincing. I mean, everybody talks about the strikeout, which is nice, but it takes a lot of pitches to get a strikeout on somebody, or at least 3.
Yeah, hard to be efficient when you have 8, 9, 10 strikeouts. 2 balls, 1 strike on Castellanos.
Now Hill right there, kind of quick pitch. Castellanos is crafty. Not only is he crafty with that curveball and fastball, kind of mixing up his cadence there.
Two and 2 on Castellanos.
Got to believe he's going to go break the ball underneath right now. Looking to get a ground ball.
There's your ground ball. This is the third base, a fair ball. They go to second for 1, and that's all they get. Fielder's choice allows Castellanos to reach. Hey, stay tuned to Tigers Live. Following the game, we select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers Player of the Game. It's presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites, now being served all day. One on, one out for Justin Upton.
So I was talking about maybe moving this way in the box, closer to the pitcher. You know, many hitters are uncomfortable by moving out of their normal spot. Something that you've got to practice in batting practice, so you're not uncomfortable if you need to do it in the game.
Did you ever attempt to do it?
Absolutely.
And with what kind of results? Did you find it was better?
Well, it gave me a better chance. It worked for me, and I especially used to do it against knuckleballers.
Oh, okay. Who was the best curveball that you faced? Blyleven up there, you think?
Yeah, top of the list. Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
Hill with the 0-1. Upton looks at a strike, 0-2.
There's a pretty good angle on that pitch, so even if you sit on it, it's pretty hard to square that pitch up. You hope that as the game progresses, the ball stays up in the zone a bit more than it is now. I mean, that's right at the bottom of the zone. Good pitch.
Ooh, that one floated up there.
Eephus, 58 miles an hour. That's very hard as a hitter. Generally, you wait, you double clutch, and then you overswing. But J-Up, good discipline right there.
High towering fly down the left field line going to the corner. Coco Crisp in foul ground. Leaping, and he can't get it.
J-Up had a pretty good swing at that. Didn't miss it by much. Just a little bit out in front. They're going to throw Jay up the breaking balls, of course, and the fastballs up in the zone and away. Just couldn't wait just enough. Here's Coco Crisp going up after it. That reminded me of the old Cub guy, huh? Reaching out of the stands.
Bartman?
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Not that we don't know that he would have caught it.
He changed his life dramatically by doing that. There's a strike called, and Upton knew it. He'll simply head back to the bench. Man, he's dealing today.
Well, you got the curveball in your mind, and then he sneaks it by, just as we said. You can't ever predict when it's going to happen, and J-Up couldn't pull the trigger.
Menards brings you the big money encounter here this afternoon. Oakland A's starters, when you look at what Rich Hill has done compared to the rest of the staff, it's been night and day.
Yeah, up at the top there. Some or many believe he'll be a guy who would be looking to be traded from the A's at trade deadline.
There's a strike on the outer edge to Cameron Maybin. Yeah, it brings up an interesting thought because the A's obviously are looking like they're not going to be contenders this year, and Hill would be, the way he's pitching now, a really good trading chip. Here's a ground ball base hit, nicely done by Maybin. Stayed back on it and singles to right field.
Pretty good job, Cam Maybin. He gets this ball out over the plate a little bit. The other breaking balls that come down and in, and he lets it travel, gets deep, doesn't try to pull it. That's one of the keys in doing so and having success against the breaking ball. Castellanos had to wait and let the ball clear him before he could advance. So men on first and second, 2 down.
Tigers, the first time they faced Hill back at Comerica on April 26th, managed only 4 hits in 7 innings in that game. And they've got 2 now here in this inning. Here's McCann. Here's a strike called, 0-1.
Looking at the AL West standings, Seattle's still up on top, Texas right behind, and they got Chan-Ho Park coming back, so they're looking optimistic. The Angels, who the Tigers will travel on to see, 6.5 back.
Ball high and away, and certainly it's not something that isn't doable for the A's, but when you start to look long term, if they get to the trading deadline and they feel that they're not going to be able to make a run, Rich Hill can be one of those guys that, I don't know, every trading deadline it seems like some guys are overvalued because you feel like you have to make a trade.
That's why they trade him. They're going to get the most, but there's no question the A's are going to trade this guy if he keeps throwing the ball the way he did. I mean, they traded Josh Donaldson, right?
True.
They've traded a lot of their good players away and to try and keep rebuilding their system. So it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
That'll drop in for a strike. 2-2 on McCann. Tigers this year are 3-6 against left-handed pitching.
But they were 1-6.
Yeah, they've won their last 2, so they are trending upward. Hopefully they will continue to trend that way today. Here's the 2-2. Line drive to left field. It's going to get down, a base hit. Castellanos rounding third. They'll send him home, and he will score. And the Tigers take the lead on a 2-out single by James McCann. Big knock there.
Yeah, real big. Here's the breaking ball. James stays back. Look at him. Stays up and out over the plate where he makes contact. You see it breaks right into the inside corner. Doesn't drift on it. Tucks it down into the left field corner. Castellanos scores to put the Tiger up 1-0. James has been having a lot of much better at bats lately.
Iglesias pops it up middle of the infield. It'll be Lowry at second base to make the play and retire the side. Tigers get a couple of hits, 3 of them to be exact, and a run. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time coming to Comerica. The all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. And by the Michigan Lottery. Play the new Big League raffle from the Michigan Lottery to win cash and baseball prizes. Another great day by the Bay. It is 1-0 in favor of the Tigers as we go to the bottom of the second here in Oakland. And Mike Pelfrey goes back to the mound. Yonder Alonso takes ball 1. It'll be Alonso, Semien, and Coghlan in the A's second. Tigers grab the lead on the RBI single by James McCann. There's a foul back out of play.
Mike Pelfrey, 17 pitches in the first inning, did have runners on base, but made the pitch when he had to. Was not the case in the top of the second as the Tigers had pressure. And we got the big knock by James McCann to get the Tigers their only run.
Pelfrey's 1-1 pitch. Alonso takes low. Yonder Alonso, a former first-round pick of the Cincinnati Reds. He has spent the last 4 years in San Diego and now with the Athletics. Had a really rocky month of April. Hit just 181 the first month of the year and has tried to dig his way out. To shallow center. Maben comes on to make the play. 1 out here in the second. Here's Marcus Semien.
Marcus Semien.
Semien has a double, 2 out of 7 in the series. Just off the plate, 1-0. Semien a low batting average, but he has hit for power, 10 home runs this season. Big swing there. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's in there. 1-2 on Semien. Former Chicago White Sox infielder, came over in the Jeff Samardzija deal. He has played a lot of baseball. In fact, he played 155 games last year. Just about every inning this year as well.
Well, Marcus Semien feels pretty good when he's facing Mike Pelfrey back in April 26th, America Park. Went yard on him. Of course, Mike Pelfrey throwing the ball much better now. That ball was elevated out over the inner third. Pelfrey has refined his mechanics a bit since then. He actually changed his whole windup, if you remember, earlier in the season after that game.
Way high, 2-2. You know, Pelfrey gave up 5 runs in that game. In fact, he was up against Rich Hill in that contest. They squared off that night as well, as Hill won that ball game. Mike's still looking for his first win of the year. Swing and a miss, and Semien is dusted. 2 gone.
Good job right there. Pretty good sequence. Mike's moving the ball around. Watch James McCann behind the plate. Really changing the areas that they are throwing to the Oakland A's. And Semien right there. Ball's tailing up and in on him. He can't get on top. I think what we've seen from Pelfrey recently is better pitching, more life on the fastball, better location, secondary pitches as well. But it's just getting deeper in the game. McCann wants it in here. You see Pelfrey starting to get it in there, where earlier in the season he would not get that ball in and it would tail back out over the plate. Going to come in. It's got to be in there. And sequence here, hard in, soft away.
One ball, 1 strike on Coghlan.
You know, another sequence that some catchers do, they come in and they double it in. So these are the kind of things you want to pay attention to early in the game, see what they're going to try, and then as you come around in your later at bats, you're ready and have an understanding what they might do to you.
Coghlan in a really bad stretch, 3 for his last 33. That's in for a strike, and the count evens now 2-2 on Chris Coghlan. Former Marlin, former Cub. He was a Rookie of the Year with the Marlins.
Watch that knee. He's trying to keep himself back. Just watch his load, how short it is. Let's take a look at it from the side right here. We talked last week about leg kicks. Just picking it up, putting it down. You see how he kind of drifts forward there, and the ball kind of beats him. It's in deep. That'll work good for the Tigers. Keeps doing that. And he struggled, as you said. Average under 200.
Line to left, base hit. 2-out single for Coghlan. 3rd hit for the A's. That brings up Billy Burns.
Yeah, this ball just down and out over the plate. Lets it travel deep. You see, just puts the barrel on the bat. With the bat on the ball right there, doesn't try and do too much, and serves it nicely to Jay up.
Billy Burns was batting in the 2 spot in the lineup in the first 2 games in the series. He is hitting 9th here today. 0 for 8 with a strikeout. On the outer edge, 0-1 on Burns.
Burns can fly. Runs very well. If you're Pelfrey and he hits one to the right side of the diamond, you must make sure you get over there quickly. Can be no delay in your decision. Semien does like to steal. 2 stolen bases, 1 caught.
Pelfrey received his 5th straight no decision in his last start. That came against the Phillies back home. And after losing 4 straight to start the year, he's had 5 consecutive no decisions. And here we are now heading toward the month of June, and Mike's still in search of that first win. Tigers have a 1-0 lead. We're in the bottom of the 2nd. The 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Burns with Crisp on deck.
Wouldn't be a bad place to run right here. Coghlan gets a good jump, he may go. Although they know that James McCann's thrown out 56% of runners trying to steal.
Sliced to third on a hop. Castellanos throws him out. Inning over, no runs, a hit, 1 man left. We go to the 3rd. As we go to the top of the 3rd, and just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. So the Tigers now trying to build on a 1-0 lead. They have the top of the lineup, Ian Kinsler, J.D. Martinez, and Miguel Cabrera facing lefty Rich Hill. Kinsler struck out to start the ball game, but the Tigers in fact had 3 batters strike out in the first. And they got to Hill with 3 hits and a run in the 2nd. Here's the 0-1. Kinsler's had a double and a triple in the series, 5 hits total. Ian watches a breaking ball sail inside, 2-1. That'll sail high, 3 balls and 1 strike. So Kinsler has himself at a nice hitting count here. He's had a pretty good home run pace this season, 10 homers already this year. He's gone over the 30 mark twice in his career. And he'll take ball 4. Leadoff man on here in the 3rd.
Very nice, good patience. Both pitchers throwing a lot of strikes. Rich Hill 8 out of 10 first pitch strikes. Pelfrey 6 of 9, and then he gets a walk. We'll take it.
Hill did not walk anybody in his first start against the Tigers. We'll see what J.D. can do now. Martinez struck out in the first. Bender missing inside. Martinez had a 6-game hitting streak going into yesterday, but he was held hitless. That'll miss inside again. 2-0 now the count. These pitching as a staff in the month of April had an ERA of about 3.5. In the month of May, that has ballooned to over 6. And really outside of what Hill has been able to do for them, staff has struggled.
Well, Rich Hill is very slow to the plate if he doesn't slide step. It's like over a 1.5 seconds, so it's very doable if you can guess right. Keep an eye on that toe.
Missed again. 3-0, and Hill now digging a hole. Sonny Gray on the left there. He has had some injury problem. There goes the runner, a swinging foul.
Yeah, he went on 3-0 there. That's pretty good. You're pretty sure you're not going to get a throw over on 3-0, so that's kind of a free one. And JD was swinging as well. You just kind of going first move. You see Kinsler just kind of timing it, and off he goes. Little peek in. When you're a runner and you see it fall off, you're like, oh, had that easy.
I had it. There are Ian's numbers. Now he'll draw a throw. Leadoff walk to Kinsler. The Tigers got a run in the second on the 2-out RBI single by James McCann.
A couple days ago I was talking about lefties, so I watched this toe right here. If he's going to go to first, it comes up off the rubber. That's a different move there. Being crafty on this. When he threw over the previous pitch, the toe did come up. That's the last one right there. That's a totally different look. Trying to catch somebody going first move.
Full count now, 3-2 on JD Martinez.
JD guessing strike right there. Gets the big breaker. I'll bet you he throws him another breaking ball to your choice of your charity. In?
I am not in on this one. No, you've got some inside information here. Swinging a foul. He just got a piece of it.
I mean, they all have the information. If you look at what he's going to do on a 3-2 count, it's high percentage of breaking ball. Now you foul one off, maybe it gets skewed a little bit the other way, but still a pretty good bet. You're just going to have to let this ball get very deep. You're going to have to give yourself up, maybe shorten your swing up. You like to send the runner right here, but it's just hard to do. Hill's doing a pretty good job of holding Ian Kinsler over there with multiple looks on the throwovers.
Yeah, that last one was sort of that little toe tap that he does.
You can see Bob Melvin there previously giving the signs to his catcher, vote what to do. Managers usually put the throwovers on.
And he walked him. Ball 4. So a couple of walks here in the third, and the Tigers are in business against Hill.
I think Hill wanted that pitch right there. Looks like it just missed. Came late. Came around the outside part of the plate.
Miguel Cabrera.
He definitely wanted that one. Fox Track said it was a tad outside. Now here is Miguel Cabrera.
This is good.
This is the Bernstein advantage here. Cabrera at 4 for 7 against Rich Hill.
Rich Hill's going to be trying to get that double play ball.
And there's your ground ball to second. Lowry to second one. Relay to first. There's your double play ball. 4-6-3, and boy, that came in handy for Rich Hill.
I think Miggy was trying to go the other way, telling himself to stay on it, which he did, but that was that get me over breaking ball right there. Miggy stays on it, tries to force it the other way, and unfortunately ground ball, double play. think he's been quiet so far this series, but still a lot of baseball left to be played today.
Well, McCann came through with a 2-out single in the second. We'll see what Victor can do here with 2 outs. Cabrera in the series now is 0 for 7. Martinez singled back in the second, 1 for 1.
I'd like to see him drive the ball from the right side of the plate.
Ball 1 outside.
You remember what the jar of olives are for, right?
The jar of olives.
Yeah. There's one right there beside home plate. The catcher's got one stuck between his fingers there. It's all curveballs. That way it's easier. You just put an olive in between your middle finger and your forefinger there, and it just holds the number 2 down.
Oh my goodness, I'd never heard the jar of olives before.
Yeah.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
Well, it's just an old baseball saying. Let's see if he got it out of there. Oh, look at there.
No
olives. Fell out.
It fell out. There you go. Missed outside.
Rich Hill, he's getting frustrated with the home plate umpire Ramon De Jesus. He wanted that pitch. I've seen him look in there about 2 or 3 times this inning. See if we don't get some chirping out of the dugout here in his defense.
He'll take it's a strike 3-1 on Victor. Well, walking Victor Martinez wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you're Rich Hill.
No, he's done pretty well. 400 runners in score position. Also, this is the 3rd 3-ball count in this inning. None in the first 2.
Ground ball, fair ball. It'll get by the third baseman Valencia down the line. That'll score the run. Martinez a 2-out RBI single, and it's 2-0 Tigers. So that 400 batting average with men in scoring position just got better.
Well, Victor picks up his teammate Miguel Cabrera, who hits into the double play. He's frustrated, but here he gets it just inside the bag. Looks like it went over the back corner of it. Valencia can't come up with it. Coco Crisp over there quickly to get it and holds Victor to a single. But to get the RBI, the Tigers lead 2-0.
30th RBI of the year for Martinez. Tigers with their 2-out hitting shoes on today.
So you got the number 3, 4, and 5 hitter in the Tigers lineup, all up with over 30 RBI.
Castellanos reaching on a fielder's choice. Scored a run. That was back in the second. Tigers 2 out of 4 today with runners in scoring position. High fly down the right field line. And back out of play. That woke him up down in the bullpen down there.
You say out of play, I mean.
Yeah, it's never out of play here, is it?
Yeah, I mean that ball didn't make it to the stands, did make it to the bullpen. You see, look at all this open space in here, all around here, bigger than anywhere you'll go. Just put your head down and run. Pump those arms, because you never know.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. Castellanos, an awkward swing for the final out of the inning, but the Tigers get another run.
Oakland A's, but the good news started earlier today when Jordan Zimmermann got his first real test and passed it by throwing a bullpen session about 25 pitches as he comes back from that groin strain, a grade 1 groin strain. He said afterward he felt just fine. He won't pitch on Tuesday as was initially speculated. He said he'll throw another bullpen session on Tuesday, but should make his next start scheduled after that. Mario, Gibby?
Hey, John, one of the things about Zimmermann, if this had happened last year or the year before to the Tigers, they really didn't quite have the depth that they do now in the minor leagues.
Yeah, they've got 5 starters right now that they're carrying. Zimmermann would be 6, and someone else would have to go down.
All right, Keats, thanks. You got Fulmer coming up doing a great job. Boyd pitched pretty well yesterday. Here's a slow chopper to second base, and right there is Kinsler for the out, one gone.
Yeah, the bullpen was busy today. Zimmermann threw, and then after that, Shane Green threw, trying to come back from that blister problem that he had. And they get down there. It's you kind of like day games. A lot of early work that goes on in the games like today. A nice sunny day. Guys come in early, get ready to go, and I think the results were pretty good with Green as well. So here's a guy that could start or relieve. We had a little gap problem yesterday in between the middle relievers and the back end relievers. So Shane Green, I have a suspicion, may go to the bullpen. What do you think?
Yeah, I was about to ask you the same thing. I think you're right. And Gene Lamont was talking about this yesterday. The ball club trying to make that determination. If the blister problems are something that's going to be cropping up every now and then, bullpen work might be better suited for Shane. But he's got good stuff.
Yeah, because you can pitch him. If you know it's a little tender, maybe you hold him out for a day, give it time to heal. When it's a starter, you're counting on him on that 5th day. And also another guy that I like is Buck Farmer. He's come back up. He threw an inning in the 3rd yesterday. You know, he should be ready. He's got good stuff.
There's a high fly ball to right field. The ballpark will hold this one. J.D. Martinez for the out. Time for a game break now. We check in with Johnny Kane.
Now batting, number 21, Stephen Vogt.
All right, Johnny, thank you. Boy, the Indians, even though they lost today, they kind of forced their way into first place yesterday. They're without Michael Brantley, who is still on the disabled list, or back on the DL, and they're still playing some pretty good ball.
Yeah, you know, teams around you have injuries. It's amazing. There's new opportunity waiting for some that are preparing very hard somewhere else. And there's a perfect example. Cleveland going on without missing a beat up into first place.
Stephen Vogt batting here with 2 outs. Vogt had a single in the first. This has not been quite the same type of start he got off to last year. He made a first All-Star game last year based on his first half. But this season it's been a much different story for Vogt. Batting average much lower. There are the crazies they have out there in right field.
Oh, I know them well. Actually, I had an idea that maybe I should just stroll through there. You just put a mic on me. You want to hear some people holler at me?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. There's a soft liner to left, and it's going to drop. Base hit right in front of Upton.
Talking around the league, let's take a look at the standings. Today and a couple of weeks ago, this is May 14th, the difference how much they've changed. Chicago for the first time out of first place. Cleveland's moved their way up. Detroit only 2 out. Minnesota the only team really out of the pack right now. But it's going to be a tough, tight, long, exciting race in the AL Central this year.
Standings can change rather very quickly, as a lot of teams will be chasing that title in the Central. A lot of good teams.
Well, I know we play Cleveland, we play Chicago, play those guys this month.
One ball hammered to center field. Maben going back, edge of the warning track, and Valencia falls a little bit short. No runs, 2 out hit, stranded. Go to the top of the fourth at the Oakland Coliseum. The Chevy Silverado most dependable players are in the minor leagues for the Tigers. And here's a trio, give you some guys doing some pretty good things.
Yeah, Chad Huffman leading the International League with 30 RBIs. He's a kind of a career minor leaguer guy having a great season. Joe Jimenez collected his first save for Erie today. Just moved up from Lakeland. Real promising looking arm. And Christian Stewart continues to lead all minor leagues with 15 home runs. He remains down there in Lakeland. I'm sure they've been thinking about advancing him.
Justin Upton leads it off and looks at ball one. Jimenez was a guy I saw a little bit in spring training. I'd never seen him pitch up until spring training this year. An impressive guy physically. He did not give up a run in A-ball this year.
Well, that's why they moved him up, I'm sure, and we know that's not going to happen his whole career. But off to a good start. You want to see that happen. The guys get confident, and then they'll be confident to continue to evolve as they experience some troubles. But first look is very, very good.
1-1 to Upton is in the air to center field. It's playable for Billy Burns. One out. Always found it interesting how organizations try and decide when to move guys up. If they're having success at a certain level, how do they decide if a guy is ready to jump up to that next level?
Well, I think that you kind of get the reports and you read them and you talk to their managers and the people that are around them every day. Beyond what the numbers say, you know, what are the maturation process, where are they at in that? You want to, certain guys, you want to challenge them. They can take it. Other guys, you might say, you know what, I don't think he's really ready for it. Let's him continue to be in this league where he's comfortable and develop. So there's a lot that goes into the decision. Or maybe Erie loses their closer. They need a closer. So it's driven by that as well.
Maben takes a strike. 1-1 on Cameron, who singled back in the second. Tigers got a run in the second, a run in the third. Hill has struck out 5 in this game. Here's the 1-1. Little dive low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Maben had the 10-game hitting streak snapped in yesterday's ball game, and he'll line out to the shortstop Semien for the second out. This Friday, the Tigers host the Chicago White Sox at 7:10 p.m. Fans are invited to stay after the game. It's a spectacular fireworks show. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com and take advantage of that post-game fireworks show. Two outs now for McCann. RBI single with 2 outs in the second gave the Tigers an early lead.
Good aggressive first pitch swing right there by James. Talking about how he's looking better. More confident, much more balance. Doesn't look like he's got a lot on his mind there other than just to compete.
The 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. I know McCann is considered a student of the game. When he was in the minor leagues, he would keep a book on every single hitter that his team would face when he caught in the minor leagues. Here's the 1-1. There's a strike, and that preparation, I think, helped him out when he got to the major league level. And as they say, all young catchers just concentrate on handling your staff first and worry about the offense next.
Well, with the system that they have now, he can go into the computer and filter it any way he wants, call up any situation he wants, and it'll come right there and he can review it.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Rich Hill has another strikeout, his 6th. The Tigers go 1-2-3 in the 4th. Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. Chevrolet, more than you expect for less than you imagine. And by Camp Day at Tim Hortons. Purchase coffee on June 1st and send a deserving child to camp. Here's some video of The Rock, Alcatraz.
Boy, it doesn't look like a very elite place to go for a hotel room, does it?
Not very welcoming, is it?
No, you might lock up, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Not much privacy there.
Chris Davis is leading things off in the fourth inning. I didn't think about that angle of being in The Rock, but you bring up a good point. They also played baseball there. They had a rec yard on Alcatraz Island. There's a high fly ball into right field. It's going to be playable for JD. One out.
What were the dimensions here? Now we're going to show you the yard. I don't know that we know the dimensions, but the artifacts are still part of the display over there. Looks like a little softball game field, and you got a wall there like Fenway Park opposite.
Grass needs some work.
Well, back in the day, we'd play on a field like that. Those walls look like they need some pads as well, huh?
I wonder if they wore pinstripes. Get it? Here's Yonder Alonso.
Or numbers? Wonder what the numbers mean. We don't generally see anything above 100, right?
Leading off, Kirk Gibson, number 6533. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little bit outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I'm not going to touch that anymore.
No,
I don't
no,
want to
we're
offend
gonna get in
anybody.
trouble.
I don't want to offend anybody, but hey, got to make light of a situation. Got to do her.
Alonso fly to center field back into second. Belfry looking good so far in this game. He's scattered a few hits.
Yeah, I was just thinking, just kind of looking ahead here a little bit. We talk about Pelfrey here. He's in the top of the fourth. You got Justin Wilson, Mark Lowe, and K-Rod for 7, 8, 9, right? So we've got
Correct.
a gap of 3 innings right now. So this is how it works. And hopefully Pelfrey can go deeper than he's gone. Hopefully he can go at least 6 and we can get to the back end of the bullpen. This is what Pelfrey is striving for today. And if he can make it that way, we don't have to use anybody else. Freshens the bullpen up. Guys don't have to get up and throw extra pitches to get warmed up. Maybe 1 time, maybe 2 times. And then when you go to the Anaheim series with the Angels, they're all fresher and it works better that way.
Chopper to the third baseman. Castellanos playing well off the line. And Alonso is out, 2 gone.
So far it looks real good. But with the Tigers even better yet if he goes 7. Now you get to rest one of your back end guys.
Marcus Semien.
And we'll bring up Marcus Semien. Tigers have a 2-0 lead here in Oakland as they try and win 2 out of 3 in this series before heading to Southern California to take on the Angels. Semien a strikeout victim in the second. Drops down a bunt. Pelfrey gonna have to hurry. Got it. Nicely done by Mike Pelfrey. That's a 1-2-3-4.
Hill and the way he likes to throw the curveball, and he has not changed the way he goes about his business. Shut the Tigers down in the past. And when he gets you looking for the curveball, then he's going to come with the fastball. He's got to get me over, then he's got the chase, and there's the heater. Jay up looking for the curveball. But the Tigers have gotten 2 runs off him, is pretty good, and have a 2-0 lead, and Mike Pelfrey pitching a gem.
Meanwhile, Iglesias swings on the first pitch and drives one to straightaway center, and it falls into the glove of Billy Burns.
That's Iglesias has 2 pitches and 2 at bats. A little over anxious, and he's been struggling a bit lately. I'd like to see him get back to taking a couple pitches.
Top of the order now. Kinsler has struck out and walked. Ian came around on the 2-out hit by Victor Martinez in the 3rd. There is strike 1 on Kinsler. Ian, 10 home runs this year, 24 RBIs. Last time I checked his pace, he was on pace to hit over 40. Now that's probably not going to happen, but it just gives you an idea of the type of start that Kinsler's gotten off to this year with the power stroke.
What did he have, 13 last year?
I have to double check on that.
But he's his power is way ahead of the pace it was last year. Absolutely.
A lot of room out there at first base. And Alonso makes the play. 2 quick outs. Well, Tigers fans, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with the all-new Fox Sports Go app. Download the app and take Fox Sports Detroit and Tigers baseball with you wherever you go.
Actually had 11 home runs last year, so almost to that pace early in the season.
That's pretty amazing. We're not the juniors, although we're knocking on the door, but still. JD Martinez.
Safe to say he's going to pass what he had last year. Hopefully the bottom of the order can continue to get on for him.
0-2.
That's a pretty good curveball when you see good hitters like that swinging, taking swings like that.
Hey, check that out.
Probably ready to bury me. Well, that's a Tiger. That's a Tiger fan.
It's a Tiger fan. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Well, a quick inning for Rich Hill. He's retired 7 straight. That'll be his 7th strikeout. Tigers baseball today presented by Bell Tire. Game summary this afternoon. Tigers on top 2-0 behind Mike Pelfrey. 4 scoreless innings. Victor Martinez, a couple of hits, and both of them singles. And Tigers pretty good today with men in scoring position.
Yeah, better. It's 2 for 18 coming into today's game. 2 for 4 today. That was Lake Merritt there. I like Lakes.
Here come the A's now as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Chris Coghlan leads it off.
Well, Mike Pelfrey so far pitching really well, and going into the 5th inning here. You know, he started the game with 18 pitches in the first, 19 in the second, only 18 in his last 2 innings, so trending the right way. Trying to get that back into the bullpen. Tigers score some more runs.
Coghlan takes a ball outside. You were touching on this earlier, but it really would behoove the Tigers to get Pelfrey deeper into a game. Now, he's only pitched into the 7th inning of a game once this year. With the number of pitchers the Tigers used yesterday, I'd like to see Mike go deeper today.
Well, they tied the game up on Victor Martinez's 2-run home run in the 6th, and you're thinking they go to Warwick Softball. They're hoping he can get a couple innings, and he really doesn't even get out of the inning there. So the Tigers end up using 4 pitchers. So again, you just can't use everybody every day, and hence the importance of Pelfrey continuing at his pace today.
Here's the 1-2. Ooh, McCann held it there as if to say, let's go, called it a strike.
It's a good try right here. See James, he gets right in there. I like the way he sets up. He's encouraged him. It's well inside, but it's a good purpose pitch, and it's starting to tail back. And Pelfrey just runs it back on the inside corner. Next time they'll get him. They're going to take it. They just tried it right there. Good sequence, doubling it up. Now you can just throw your sinker down in the zone and get your little ground ball.
Pelfrey 12 of 17 first pitch strikes. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss.
Got better in a ground ball. Then he got a strikeout. Very good setup right there. He doubles him up inside. You see McCann call for the changeup, but Pelfrey wants to go down and away at the heater. Explodes on the outside part of the plate, and Coghlan goes down.
Now Billy Burns.
Watch the bunt.
He offered, showed it at least, ball 1.
You can see the Tigers where they're playing. You got Castellanos here and Miggy is back. I think if you want to discourage it, you got to be in here, and because he can run. If he gets it down, it's going to be hard to get him from that position.
Strike on the outer edge.
Look at the 1-0 off-speed pitch right there again. Something that Pelfrey did not do early in the season, and doing so with regularity as of late in his performances, and certainly today.
Two and one.
Seeing more movement on the pitches as well.
Pelfrey making his first start ever in this ballpark. Swing and a miss.
If you watch Mike, just even in his windup, just how much he's duplicating his pace in his delivery. Okay, nice and slow and relaxed. Hands are going up over the head. Good balance point right here. Good balance over the rubber. Now he's throwing downhill.
Chopper to third. Nice hop for Castellanos, who gets rid of it quickly. 2 gone. 6 in a row retired by Pelfrey. Here's Coco Crisp. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Ground out pop up.
Boy, they really play a little different kind of music than when I played here. They always have one of the best, if not the best, stereo here, though.
It is. The sound system here is really good. The playlist is there's a whole lot of stuff going on, from country to Jimi Hendrix, and everything in between.
What was the last stuff they were playing? Do you know? You know that group?
No, I don't.
The players still pick their walk-up music, don't they?
They do, as far as I know, they do.
The home team players, you pick your walk-up music.
There's a strike call. And you guys didn't have walk-up songs back in the day, did you?
No, no. Yeah, the 8-tracks didn't transfer well to the stadium system.
Well, now that's interesting right there. It looks kind of bored. You were talking about the crew out in right field when you played here. Were they on you pretty good?
Oh yeah. They were. The configuration was different. Mount Davis wasn't out there in the outfield, number one. That's the big
right.
thing out there. But they say the same thing over and over and over, no matter what you do. Hit a grand slam. That may be one of the guys there.
Hammered to center field. Maybin is on the move to the gap. It'll be a 1-2-3 for Mike Pelfrey. He's looked great through 5. Coming up for the Tigers, Miggy, Victor, and Castellanos. Baseball, as we look ahead, the Tigers flying to Anaheim tonight, and the Angels are awaiting. And here's what the Angels have been up to this year.
Yeah, they're 22-27, fewest extra base hits in the AL. They've got some pretty good bats over there. Mike Trout doing what he does as always. Of course, Albert Pujols. So you got Pujols, Calhoun, and Trout, middle of that lineup you're gonna have to deal with.
The Angels also a couple of days ago signed Tim Lincecum.
Not scheduled to see him, are we?
No, he is not with the big club yet. Although they say he's getting there quickly. There's a swing and a miss by Cabrera.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's been throwing the baseball quite a bit while in waiting to find a team.
Lincecum, of course, had some great years here in the Bay Area with the Giants. Swing and a miss, and Cabrera is dusted quickly here in the 6th.
Well, Rich Hill, we talked about changing delivery positions, arm angles. He drops down to a righty. Usually you would do this to a lefty. You see him drop down, coming from a little different angle. And just a fastball. Looks like Miggy doesn't pick it up, trying to protect, but it's by him too quickly and down on strikes. Second time today.
8 strikeouts for the left-hander Hill, who has not allowed a run since that run he gave up in the 3rd. Belted to left field. That ball is hooking, and it's going to go off the base of the wall, and Martinez will have to hold with a long single. And he's 3 for 3.
Well, Victor, we talked about him in the open, and he just continues to mash. Right, he jumps his pitch right here off the wall, a long single. Coco Chris gets over there and plays it perfectly off the wall. Not known for a strong arm, but he shut Victor down very quickly. Now 3 for 3. Got an RBI. Having a good day.
Here's Castellanos. Hill had retired 8 straight Tigers prior to that base hit. Nickel for 2 with a run scored. Pounded back out of play 0-1. Victor is 3 for 3. The rest of the team is 2 for 17. Tigers now have 5 hits in this ball game. Here's the 0-1. In the air towards center. Burns on the run. And Victor retreats. 2 gone.
Pretty good at bat by Nick right there. Just unable to get all of it. Ball up and out over the zone. Brought in a Billy Burns.
Now Justin Upton with 2 outs. He fly to center field in his last at bat. He's 0 for 2.
Feel like the Tigers are ready to jump something right here. Strike quick. Multiple runs.
It'll miss outside. 1-0 on Upton.
Hill has tried that pitch over and over again. You see him shaking his head. Ramon De Jesus behind the plate has not given it to him one time. Tiger pitcher, the hitters have done a good job of taking it.
That one caught the corner. 1-1. Upton came into this ball game having hit safely in 7 of 8. He is still yet though to put that good streak together where he has a couple of multi-hit games back to back and gain some traction. There's a chopper to the shortstop. Semien for the force, and that'll be it for the Tigers. No runs, 1 hit. To the bottom of the 6th we go.
Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery of the game. Mike Pelfrey throwing a gem so far, keeping the Oakland A's off balance. Good ground balls off the end of the bat right there. Breaks the bat. Good D right here on Billy Burns. Starting to feel it. You can see his rhythm. It's constant. Throwing strikes at a rate that he hasn't thrown so far. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts so far.
Jed Lowry leads it off and looks at ball one as we play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0. The Tigers have the lead. Lowry, Vogt, and then Valencia in the Oakland 6th. The 1-0 is a check swing strike.
Here you see Pelfrey's line. And even though he was through the changeup there up in the zone, he's got good arm motion on that pitch, and the A's hitters are having trouble distinguishing the difference between his pitches.
Missed that one outside. Lowry, Stephen Vogt, and Danny Valencia. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 3-1.
Just off the corner.
He's trying to get a base runner here to put the tying run to the plate. 2-0. Tigers have the lead on a couple of 2-out singles. Pelfrey another deep breath, and the 3-1 pitch. He lost in ball 4. Time for a game break now. We check in with Johnny Kane. Again, another comeback win for the Royals, and the White Sox are reeling now. They've lost 6 in a row.
That's back-to-back nights, isn't it?
3 nights in a row.
3 nights in a row coming from behind.
Royals not really missing their star players. Sal Perez had to leave in the ball game yesterday, but he will not go on the DL, we hear. Stephen Vogt, the batter.
Real good pitch by Pelfrey right there. Started off with the changeup. He did walk Jed Lowry. This is the difference between earlier in the year when he just come with the fastball. Vogt swinging over top and out in front. Looking for a ground ball double play right here.
And time called as Pelfrey was about to deliver. Vogt steps out.
You hate to see pitchers stop their motion like that, especially so late. See it right here. He calls it late and he gets it. Generally, early in the year, they were not granting permission to call timeout that late.
The A's really haven't walked a whole lot this year. They've gotten a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning, but they are 28th in the majors this year in base on balls, so that has not been a part of their game.
That was always something that they believed in when Billy Ball came out about guys getting on base. Steve Bowmel, is he going to put anything on here?
Vogt has 2 singles. He has put the ball in play twice. Lowry his lead at first. Sliced foul.
Oh, that stung. Didn't have the glove on his bare hand.
And he's living to tell about it?
Yeah.
Tiger fan.
Look at about 10 excuses came out right there. Now here with 2 strikes, Nick Castellanos to the other side of the diamond. Shift is in play with 2 strikes. Was not in play prior to that. So there's some data that suggests that, and you see McCann telling Iglesias to make sure you cover third if the ball is hit to the other side of the diamond, to the right side of the diamond. Here comes a foot race.
And he'll hit it towards short. Iglesias will fire to second. There's one. And a double play. Good pick down there at first base by Cabrera.
Very good. Picked up Ian Kinsler. A little errant throw. And what a pitch that Pelfrey made after the leadoff walk to get the double play.
Now batting third baseman.
Iglesias in perfect position.
Hey,
He Again, pulls the throw a little bit, and making good footwork, makes the pick. Pelfrey likes it. That a boy. He's feeling it today.
So the leadoff walk is followed by a double play ball, and that'll bring up Danny Valencia.
Something off speed here. He likes to jump that first pitch.
Flat out to deep center in his last at bat, a single in his first at bat.
Like a little cutter right there. 86 miles an hour.
That's in there.
Change up.
Pelfrey now with the 1-1 pitch.
Let's take a look at that footwork by Miguel Cabrera. We got a little camera work here. And watch the footwork of Miggy. He takes his foot, goes to pick it, and drags the left foot to the bag. That's pretty athletic play.
That's really athletic. When you slow it down like that, see the transition that he made with his feet, pretty good.
He's always cool and calm. Keeps the game slow. He's had a tough game at the plate. Struck out 2 times, hit into a double play, and then you go out and make a play like that. That's what you're looking for in your players and your team right there. He knows it's all going to be said and done, that things are going to be fine.
Meanwhile, 3-1 on Valencia. Ripped to left, base hit. 2-out single for Valencia. Here's some news and notes from around the major leagues. You mentioned Salvador Perez had to leave their ball game yesterday, but the news is pretty good.
Doesn't seem to be bad knee ligament damage, so not expected to miss time on the DL. Mike Trout, 150th career home run last night versus the Astros. He's the 8th player with 150 home runs and 500+ runs before age 25. And the Reds snapped the 11-game losing streak yesterday versus the Brewers.
Reds are 16-33. Chris Davis lines one to center field, sinking, base hit. On his way to third, Valencia. He'll get in there, and now the Athletics have the tying runs on. A couple of 2-out singles.
Yep. Well, look at Cam Maben. Looks like he doesn't get a good read. He breaks back on that first. Has to play that one hot. Smartly throws it into second base. And Mike Pelfrey, really the first inning going to be tested here in the 6th. 2 on, 2 out. Need to make a good pitcher on Yonder Alonso. Get out of this inning. And looks like Brad was just on the phone.
And the bullpen will start to stir. Justin Wilson taking his warm-up off. Meanwhile, Rich Doobie out to the mound to have a chat with Pelfrey, who was in cruise control mode. He had retired 7 straight. Walk, double play, and 2 singles here in the 6th. Left-hander Justin Wilson.
We got the right-hander up down there as well. You can see this series 4 for 22 Detroit, 7 for 14 Oakland. Runners in scoring position. Got to make good pitch here, get the ball on the ground.
Alonso looks at a strike. Buck Farmer has joined Wilson in the Tigers bullpen, the righty-lefty combination.
I believe Buck Farmer, this would be the first time this year that Buck Farmer is throwing on back-to-back days. I did talk to him after an inning in the 3rd yesterday. He said feels fine and he's ready to try it, ready to go.
Yonder Alonso, a fly out and a ground out, tying runners aboard in a 2-0 game here in the 6th. And Alonso takes low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
You can see Pelfrey trying to stay safe in that down and away zone. We've shown you the first 2 games of the series, the importance of the exit velocity on balls up and in and down and away to hitters. Those are the safe zones, and Pelfrey and James McCann choosing to stay safe down and away here to Alonso.
Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to second. Kinsler bobbles it, and he has no play, and a run will score. Oh my goodness. Kinsler 1 step to his right, couldn't field it cleanly, and it's 2-1.
Yep, that hurts. That opened the gates yesterday. But this is just routine, and Ian just comes in. I don't know, he just takes the ball, stays down, doesn't come up. Off the glove. Makes it a 2-1 game. Pelfrey did a good job there, but hey, you got to forget about that. Ian's solid as can be. Got to move beyond, and you got to pick it up, get this next out.
Marcus Semien will stand in now. Runners at first and second. Valencia scores on the play. Semien had a rip 0-1. Ground out strikeout.
Semien in his last 12 games since his last home run, that's including today, 225 average, only 4 RBI and 11 strikeouts. So good guy to get. Let's get out of this inning with limited damage.
2 singles and an error after the double play, and the A's are on the board. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Semien.
You can see Pelfrey still has very good location up and in both pitches to Semien, right where he wanted to be, located them properly. Now he wants McCann to come out so they can talk. They don't want anybody relaying signs from second base. That's Chris Davis down there at second. Alonso at first. 2 down.
Two to 1, Tigers have the lead. Here's the 0-2. High, ball 1.
Here's our high-speed pitch brought to you by Xfinity. High of 94 from Pelfrey today. Low of 71.
Davis and Alonso on the bases.
Staying in there. Keep it up.
It was up and in. That is ball 2.
James McCann has been doing that sequence where he doubles a pitch up, especially certainly inside. Let's see if he doesn't go down and away now with this pitch. Get the hitter looking in and move it away.
This will be the 93rd pitch of the afternoon for Pelfrey.
And again,
way inside. It'll go to the backstop, and the runners will advance. Second and third now, and a wild pitch.
this just gets away. And fools James McCann. That's a wild pitch. Runners move up. Count full. If Semien should walk or get on base, and they bring in Justin Wilson for Coughlin, you're going to see a right-hand hitter coming off that Oakland bench.
Here's the 3-2. Just got a piece of it, fouled it back. They have Billy Butler on their bench. They have Smolinski and Tyler Leydendorf. Butler had a big game yesterday. Three and 2 on Marcus Semien. Second and third, 2 out, a run in. And he lost it, ball 4. That will load the bases.
The second walk in the inning. That's going to be it for Mike Pelfrey as Brad Ausmus makes the sign. He wants Justin Wilson here with Coghlan due up. Tigers go to the bullpen. Wall side windows pitching change. Wilson comes in. We'll be back.
Take us back to the 8th inning in game 1. Gene Lamont, the acting manager, comes and gets Justin Wilson to face the Billy Butler. And Wilson gets Butler and preserves the win for Michael Fulmer. And today, Brad Ausmus has come here in the 6th to get Justin Wilson, and he will get pinch hitter Billy Butler. For the numbers on the air, it's his 23rd game, has held 11, 25 strikeouts, only 4 walks.
Butler pinch hitting for Coghlan. Bases are loaded. A strike on the inside part of the plate.
Butler is 1 for 2 with the strikeout against Justin, and they starting off throwing him just like they did the other day, in and tight. Butler doesn't like it. He likes to get his hands out over the plate, gets his arms out, and power that ball out through the middle of the field.
Butler 2 hits, 3 RBIs, including a homer yesterday. A little pop-up, shallow center field. Here comes Maben on the run. He can't get it. It'll drop in. 2 runs will score, and the Athletics will take the lead on a bloop single by Billy Butler.
Cam Maben gets a poor read on this. He breaks back again. Gets sawed him off. And he can't make up the ground. That wind's blowing out there a little bit. This ball got knocked down. You see him dive and can't get the glove on it. J.D. Martinez does back up nicely, holding the 3rd run from scoring. See the reaction by Wilson. It's a good pitch, good sequence, poor result.
So Butler is able to knock in 2 with a bloop single to center. Now here is Billy Burns. Swing and a miss. Smolinski has come on to pinch run at first base for Butler. The A's have their first lead as Butler singles in 2 right in front of a diving Cameron Maben. Burns 0 for 2. Swing and a miss. There's the pinch runner Smolinski. He'll probably stay in the game and play right field for Coghlan. Well, Mike Pelfrey pitched well here today, but he exits, and the A's get the bloop single off Wilson. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Burns is out. That'll retire the side. They send 8 men to the plate and scored 3 runs, including a big error in the inning. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with emerging vets and players dedicating to ensuring our nation's warriors can be as productive off the field as they were on it by joining combat veterans with former athletes to form a common bond over dedication and teamwork. Visit foxsportsupports.com to learn more. Well, the Tigers find themselves down by a run as Rich Hill goes back to work now, his first lead of the game.
Yep, that's a disappointing inning last inning, but you got to pick yourself up. You have 3 innings to go. Jake Smolinski now in right field for the A's.
It'll be Cameron Maben, James McCann, and Jose Iglesias, the bottom 3 in the Tigers lineup here in the 7th. Today was just the second time all season that Pelfrey exited the game with the lead, and the bullpen couldn't hold it. Of course, he was receiving some bad luck on that error by the second baseman Kinsler, and that, by the way, made every run in that inning unearned. That'll drop in for a strike now, 1-2.
We talked in our first open about playing on the West Coast and the road trips and how the elements of the stadium are much different than what you play in the Midwest. And we've seen Cam Maben today, I think, not get a good read because of the different depth perception, the different stadium, the wind patterns. The wind's kind of blowing over from left to right. Seems like it knocked those 2 balls down. He's unable to get on them.
Just got a piece of it to stay alive.
He could undo that all by getting on base right here and put some pressure on the A's.
Little motion to the flags today, a little bit of a breeze. Maben hit the ball hard his last time up, straight at the shortstop. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Way outside. Full count, 3-2.
Who's going to throw?
Breaking ball.
I agree. Can't give up on it. Now he threw that high fastball there. Will he start it in that zone and come down?
And he missed with it. Leadoff walk. Maben is aboard. We check in now with John Keating.
Well, we head down the coast to Southern California, and Brad Ausmus will get a chance to sleep in his own bed. He lives in San Diego, as you know. He was just there for his daughter Sophie's high school graduation. I asked him this morning if he cried. No, he growled, but he did admit that he teared up a little bit. And I asked where Sophie is going to college next. You know, Mario, Ron?
I have no idea.
Dartmouth, where Dad went to.
Shocker,
Really?
yeah.
She's a legacy. Congratulations to the Ausmus family on that.
Some brain cells floating around in that family, huh, Gibby? Wow. Well, congratulations to the Ausmus family. There's a ball outside to James McCann. And now Hill struggling with his control here. See if the Tigers can take advantage. Leadoff walk to Maben.
See Maben playing games with him over there.
Hill at one point retiring 8 straight and 10 of 11 before the walk here in the 7th inning. There's action in the bullpen. It's Dahl, the right-hander, who has appeared in this series. One ball, one strike. 2-out RBI single by McCann back in the 2nd.
Hill is caught stealing 2 out of 7.
One and 2 on McCann.
McCann swinging the bat much better as of late. Does have a hit today. Struck out his last at bat, but he's got to know what's coming now. Should have that release point down.
Foul back out of play. Of course, the Tigers have had a lot of success here in Oakland. Some really good successes that have kind of stayed with them. They've won a couple of Game 5s in the playoffs.
Good hands there. Looking for some of that good fortune to come back here in the last 2 innings for the Tigers. One of the big guys I remember in the playoff games was Josh Reddick, though, and he's not on the roster right now. He's on the DL with a broken hand.
The A's certainly have had to deal with a lot of injuries this year, including Gray and Reddick, the 2 headliners right now. McCann waiting on a 1-2. Just a little bit high.
Well, they have 11 on the DL right now. Had 13 on the DL prior. So they're headed in the right direction, but that's a pretty big load to try and run a squad with. It's been a challenge for Bob Melvin. Tigers are getting healthy as well. There you got the Sonny Gray, Alvarez, Parker, Josh Reddick, part of the 11.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and McCann goes down. It's another strikeout for Hill, who now has 9. Hey, follow Tigers baseball live with the MLB.com at Bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or your tablets.
Tell you what, Rich Hill's got good stuff. The record shows you that he does. You can see it today. Tigers hitters, 9 strikeouts, shutting down a pretty good offense so far. Although, let's not forget we can strike very quickly. Have. That's why you got to keep grinding. Don't get too frustrated. Iglesias takes the first pitch there, like that. Swung at the previous 2 first pitches of his at bat.
1-0. 2 out of 9 in the series for Iglesias. Pop-up fly out here this afternoon. The average right now is at 215, and for Iglesias, 1 homer, 9 RBIs.
I would think about putting Maybin in motion somewhere along this at bat for Iglesias.
And he will draw another throw.
Iglesias is a pretty good knack for putting the bat on the ball. He is struggling a little bit as of late, so kind of challenge him a little bit to do the job. I think he can do it well.
Top of the order, Kinsler waiting on deck. Fouled off. So Hill is over 100 in the pitch count total. He's at 104 right now.
74 miles per hour on that last pitch. He might have just hurt something. Here comes the trainer and Bob Melvin out. Did we see anything?
I didn't see anything with the naked eye. We'll check some of the replays to see, but apparently he tweaked something. He's kind of limping.
Yeah, he's looking like he's limping a little bit.
Yeah, left leg.
Could be Jordan Zimmerman type injury. Would be a break for the Tigers if he had to come out. He's been very tough.
Meanwhile, Dahl has been warming up in their bullpen, and it appears he's going to be coming into the game. So Dahl comes trotting out of the pen, and that's going to be it for Hill. He is out of the game with an injury. He'll get a nice round of applause, but he will depart leading this one 3-2 with a man on and a man out. And we'll step aside. Pitching change here in Oakland. Seventh inning, and Rich Hill has had to depart. And Ryan Dahl comes in. The first pitch is popped up by Iglesias and caught by the second baseman Lowry for the out. So it was an inherited batter for Dahl, but he got him on one pitch, and with two gone, a chance now for Kinsler.
Dahl's thrown the ball pretty good for the A's so far this season. Opponents only hitting 181 against him. He just happened to be warmed up. 22nd game. No inherited runners have scored so far this year.
Wall side windows, pitching change as Dahl comes in to face Kinsler now. with Maben at first base, the tying run. Ian pounds it foul back out of play. This is what baseball will do for you. You make an error the previous inning to open the doors. Now you've got a chance to atone. Kinsler, a walk and a run scored.
Thinking about Maben trying to get the bag. Dull, 1 stolen base, 1 caught. And Vogt, 9 for 27. He's at 33%. He's pretty quick so far, right around his second. That's not going to do it.
Swing and a miss.
Dull likes the fastball slider combination, an occasional change. Started Kinsler off with the fastball, then gives him the slider.
6 1/3, 5 hits, couple of runs, 9 strikeouts for Hill, and Kinsler goes down swinging. The inning is over. The Tigers strand a man. Coming up, the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Jeff Glover and Associates Realtors. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning now at the Coliseum. Justin Wilson goes back to the hill, and he will face the top of the Athletics lineup, Coco Crisp.
Yeah, the Tigers had a bad inning last inning, but they have to really work here not to let it get out of hand like it did yesterday. Justin Wilson still on the mound for the Tigers. Got to just keep shutting them down. You're down to your last 6 outs. Got to keep them from scoring.
Popped up left side of the infield. It's going to be Castellanos. Quick out there, 1 away.
We were talking about the 6th inning, couple of 2-out opportunities they get on, and then Ian Kinsler can't make the catch right there. Just kind of ball stayed down on him. Mike Pelfrey should have been out of the inning, and then the A's right here, Cam Maben doesn't get a good break on Billy Butler. They brought Justin Wilson in to do that. He went on to score 3 total, all unearned. Mike Pelfrey, all in all, in the day, very good today. 5 2/3, 3 runs, none of them earned.
Jed Lowry has a walk, strikeout, and a flyout. Stephen Vogt waiting on deck. Two switch hitters and a left-handed batter at the top of the lineup for the Athletics. 2-0. Jed Lowry. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes.
You're talking about the switch hitters to the lefty. Mark Lowe warming up. He'll probably be ready for Danny Valencia after Vogt, the left-hander.
And Lowry looks at a strike. We're talking about Brad Ausmus's daughter going to Dartmouth. Lowry went to a pretty good school as well, Stanford.
Not too far from here, Palo Alto.
Yeah, and that school has produced quite a few major league players. Mike Messina, Jack McDowell. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Wilson came out in the 6th inning and faced the pinch hitter Billy Butler, who dumped a bloop single into center field to put the A's on top. Slap back out of play.
Well, since we're Michigan Staters, we've had a little bit of experience with Stanford, haven't we?
A little bit. A couple of years ago was a pretty good experience.
One of the big differences between the two schools are the bands.
Oh, not even close.
I thought it was a joke. What are they doing?
The Stanford band, that's their shtick. What are they doing is right. Swing and a miss, and Wilson comes back to strike out Lowry. 2 gone. Hey, Sunday, June 5th, the Tigers battle the White Sox at 1:10 p.m. Come early, a special on-the-field salute to 1984 World Series champion Chet Lemon. For tickets, visit Tigers.com or call 866-66-TIGER.
Well, Chester coming back for a little pregame, in-game salute. Boy, you used to like that. That's not a Lemon jersey.
No, your boy still.
That's no Lemon.
Still going strong.
Chester used to like that batting cage, boy. You had to get in early to get some swings in the bat cage. Of course, we barely had one at the time. They got beauties now.
There's a strike call on Stephen Vogt. The facilities at Old Tiger Stadium not quite the same as what you have these days.
Do you remember where the cage was?
Is that out in center field?
Yeah, it was center field where they pulled the batting net out of, on top of the cinder rocks.
Nice.
Yeah, good surface.
You know what else was nice at Tiger Stadium was that visiting clubhouse.
Big.
Expansive. Trainer used to set up the training table in the shower.
So the worst clubhouse in the big leagues now would be, where do you think? I think they just redid the Cubs, right?
Cubs is not good. Yeah. Boston's has been redone. I'm not a real big fan of that. Although it's better now.
Even the redone version?
Even the redone version.
Yeah, I would agree.
Just eh.
The Cubs had it by a long shot.
The reconfigured locker room at Dodger Stadium now for the visitors is really small.
Nice though. That was one of the worst as well, believe it or not.
Fly ball toward left field on the move to the corner. Out of play. Zupton ran out of room.
Yeah, the last year we were in Dodger Stadium, I think they had the same carpet from '88 in there.
Did they really?
Oh yeah.
Well, hopefully they cleaned it a time or two since then.
And then the worst spring training locker room. What do you think? Pirates. I think I heard they redid it though.
In McKechnie, I've never been to that.
Nothing like taking a shower in 8 inches of water.
Excellent. What's wrong with that? You're in the water anyway. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away.
Vogt hanging in there. Hitting under 200 against lefties. Justin Wilson still bringing it in there pretty good. 2 for 3 today for Vogt. Couple of singles and then hit into a double play in the 6th. There's 2 away, and then 2 2-out hits and an error, and 3 unearned runs later. The Tigers now trail 3-2.
Vogt not going down without a fight.
Just slapping it, spoiling it. Give him credit. Talk about, you can't put every ball in play. So you just try and foul the nasty ones off like Vogt is doing. 4 straight foul balls. Hope that you can get a cookie.
A lot of room down that third base line as well for Vogt. And he'll take outside to level the count now at 2-2. Tigers had a 2-0 lead until 3 unearned runs were scored in the 6th inning. Pelfrey, you got to feel bad for him because, well, he did walk the leadoff man. He got that double play. And the air opened the door.
8th pitch of the at bat.
Swing and a miss. Vogt finally retired. Wilson facing 4 batters, striking out 3 of them. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. The Tigers are trailing. Here is the upcoming matchup presented by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety Planning in Anaheim tomorrow night. It'll be Verlander and Chacin.
Well, JV's been throwing the ball exceptionally well, and the Tigers need another good performance out of him. The ERA is really going down. He's just throwing all of his pitches with confidence, and Julius Chacin used to be with the Rockies, now with the Angels, and be a good matchup for us. Ryan Madson now in the game. 22nd appearance, 11 out of 13 save opportunities, ERA at 2.66. Fastball change cutter. He'll throw that change up 3-4 times in a row.
And his job here in the 8th is to go through 2, 3, and 4 in the Tigers lineup. Martinez, Cabrera, and then Victor Martinez. Madson, the one-time closer for the Phillies, had 32 saves in 2011, but then needed Tommy John surgery the next year. Ball high and away.
You can see he's got pretty good velocity, still 94, 95 miles an hour. That changeup will come in there in the low 80s. Might get something off speed here, 2-0.
Ground ball foul, third base side. Madson returned to the big leagues last year. In fact, he's been injured a couple of times, missed all of 2014 as well. And so Tommy John has been part of his past. But last year with the Royals did good work out of their bullpen. 68 appearances, ERA in the 2s. Driven toward right field, slicing toward the corner. Smolinski won't get there.
Now, did you see that fan had his arm out over the outside of the wall there? If he catches that, that's interference. They get an out on it. Guy right there, number 30. Keep that arm in there, young boy, young fella. Look at him.
Almost got it.
Well, if Smolinski gets over there, that'd be interference. Get back on your seat.
There's a foul back out of play.
Little cutter right there, 93-mile-an-hour cutter. JD looking for his first hit on the day. 2 strikeouts and a walk. 253 on the season so far.
Another one down the right field line. He might have another shot. Nope. This one a little bit too far from our buddy down there.
Now he's our buddy.
Sure.
Talking about number 30 there?
Yeah, we're friendly people.
He used to wear that number at Michigan State, 30 for baseball.
Really?
Yes, I did. What were your numbers in
5? There's a strike called. JD, he's out of there.
They kept it in there. Kept coming with the fastball.
That is 11 strikeouts now for A's pitching.
Pretty good pitch right there on the corner.
Now batting.
Maybe just a tad off, but he gets the call.
Miguel Cabrera.
Here is Cabrera.
Looking to reverse history a little bit.
Whoa.
One of the few guys that can say they get Miggy. 4 for 28, 10 strikeouts.
All it takes is one swing.
Yep.
96 on that last heater from Madsen. Miggy 0 for 3, double play ball, a couple of strikeouts, swing and a miss. What's up, Detroit? A lot of Tigers fans here in the Bay Area.
There'll be some at the next stop as well.
Little pop up back a second and caught on the run by Lowry. 2 gone.
Here's the 1-800 call. Sam call of the game. Victor Martinez, V-Mart, got 3 hits. Second in the 3rd and in the 6th has driven in one of the Tigers' 2 runs. That's our 1-800 call Sam call of the game.
So we'll see if Victor can get something going here with 2 outs in the 8th inning.
Batting lefty for the first time today. And the season, 353 average, 7 home runs, 30 RBI.
So that average continues to jump for Martinez, who shoots one foul. They are playing a shift now against Martinez here.
Brian Madsen kind of switching it up today. They've got the lead. He's really throwing a lot of fastballs. Been known to throw many more changes.
In the air toward right field, Smolinski coming over, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. For the Tigers in the 8th, they go in order, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. On Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank could be when it's time. Come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory.
It's the Bay Bridge right there. You can see the old bridge on the right. They're tearing that down to the new facility you're looking at. Get over here quickly from San Francisco now. Nice area.
Well, here is Mark Lowe to come on now for the Tigers.
20th game. ERA still up there. Went through a tough stretch, but throwing the ball later as of just recently. Fastball slider. Looks like his sinker is coming back a little bit. Last couple times we watched him throw. But his job is to keep the Tigers within one. And he'll face Danny Valencia, 2 for 3 today, 2 singles and a run.
That single came after the double play, or his second single did, his last time up, and that kind of opened the door a little bit. And then eventually Billy Butler, a 2-run pinch hit single to put the A's on top. That's where we are right now, 3-2. Lowe ready with the 1-1 pitch. A little bit outside, 2 balls and 1 strike on Valencia.
I'll tell you, if the Tigers don't come back and win this game, this will be a game you'll remember. This will sting because they got a really good pitching performance out of Pelfrey, and they made some mistakes, and so far it's cost them. Just a game. Sometimes you go back and look that you'd say we should have won that game. So a lot on the line this game. Just think of the different headlines in the papers.
Well, and as you mentioned, Gibby, everything was setting up nicely. You were getting the starter Pelfrey to get through 6 innings, get you to the 7th, the 8th, and 9th, where he had it all set up. But just didn't work out, at least to this point. That is up the middle into center field, and Valencia has a 3-hit game.
Not a good pitch right here. It's just right down the middle, saying hit me. 2-2 count. Something off speed. Looks like he slows his arm down a little bit. It's a slider. It's just hanging. Valencia, good extension. Hits a bullet up the middle. So A's have the leadoff batter on base in Valencia.
Chris Davis will stand in.
Stay with that sinker. Let's look for the double play.
Davis 1 for 3. Base hit. Run scored. Strike 1. Tigers today have gone with Pelfrey. They've gone with Wilson and now Lowe. Ball high.
Got to try and drive that ball down now. Up in the zone. Look for the double play. It's got to be down when you get the ground ball.
Lowe's last appearance was on Monday, the 23rd, against the Phillies.
So that's 6 days.
Yeah, scoreless inning. He struck out 2 in that game, but it's been a while. Way outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yanked that one. Lowe was used heavily in the early May through 3 days in a row. 1 inning stint, 2/3 of an inning, then a third. Had 5 days off, so he's having a hard time bouncing back from early.
Belted down the left field line, to the corner it goes. Valencia coming to third base. He'll stop there. It's a double for Davis, and that's his 2nd hit today. 2nd and 3rd and nobody out.
So the ball just up in the zone. He's ahead in the count, and this guy, he doesn't let off in any swing, no matter what the count is, and gets a hold of this. Now 2nd, 3rd, nobody out.
Davis had the double and the homer yesterday. He is doubled again here today.
Going to go with the infield in.
Here's Yonder Alonso. That is the first extra base hit in this ball game for either ball club. And Alonso takes low. They want the appeal. He went. So says Andy Fletcher down at third base.
You hear the boo birds. They don't like it. You know, Tigers going here. I mean, you could load the bases and go for the force out or double play at home. You can't afford another run. Brad tried doing the right thing by bringing them in. But the only play here, though, will be a tag play at home. A lot of things happen when you load the bases up. Ball can go to the backstop. You'll walk the guy in. Well, it's decision time.
Alonso hit that ground ball back in the 6th. That was booted by Kinsler.
They jammed him.
McCann holding it there for a while for DeJesus.
Yeah, he wanted that pitch right there.
2 balls and 1 strike. Single by Valencia, double by Davis.
Ball looked like it came back. Maybe it came around the plate, says home plate umpire Ramon DeJesus.
Here's the 2-1. Lifted back out of play. 2-2 now on Yonder Alonso. Tigers in the 9th inning will have Castellanos, Upton, and Maben due up.
Sounds good. Sounds like a winner.
The question is, what will the score be when we get to the 9th?
3-2.
I'm liking that thing.
You got the infield in. It's always interesting. Where do you play? You know, because you got to be right on. Because if it's a step or two to either side, you're not going to get it. You're not going to be able to make the play.
Ball high. So the count now has gone to 3-2.
Sean Doolittle up in the A's pen. He looks like he's going to be coming in for the 9th against the Tigers. He can give it up. See him do it.
Marcus Semien waiting on deck for the Athletics. Here's the 3-2. Fouled away by Alonso as he stays alive.
I think Alonso, they jammed him last time on the ground ball to Kinsler. I like the pitch inside again. A lot of times you throw that pitch to get the ground ball as well. Jamming. There they're coming in.
And it's ripped right at Miggy, who makes a nice play and holds the runners. That ball was rocketed right at Cabrera. 1 away.
Now let's see if he's on his toes.
He was in protection mode there.
Had it all the way. Now again, you can load the bases up, go for the double play. Miggy got good hands. Stops the runner. Valencia at third, though, does not score. Talking about it right here. It's the kind of thing you're going to talk about. What do you want to do right here? We're thinking just continue to have the infield in. We can load them up, go for the double play.
What would you do here? Because obviously there are downsides to both of those options.
I would personally, I would walk him to go for the double play on Smolinski. You know, Lowe is a guy who throws a sinker, and he can strike a guy out. Although Semien, you know, we read earlier, he's been struggling since the last time he hit a home run 11 games or 12 games ago. But they said he was hitting at a 225 clip, only 4 RBI and 11 strikeouts in his last 12 games.
0 for 2 with a walk in this one.
Yep, they're going to put him on.
So the Tigers will play for 2 here. The intentional walk to Semien loads the bases.
Well, even the other thing, if you get a ball that somehow you can't get a double play, you always have a force out. You can get a force out anywhere. I mean, you're trying to stop him from scoring any runs, stop the A's from scoring any runs, but if it's only one, that's okay too, because you're still within range. Or a pitcher, you know, it's a little dribbler off the mound, and you can grab it and get your force out at home. So there's just better options now. The bad part is you can't walk anybody, right?
Yeah, you've pretty much put yourself in a position where a walk is not a good thing. And there is ball 4 to Semien, so that loads the bases.
Jake Smolinski, he's the guy for the A's right now.
Smolinski came on as a pinch runner and stayed in the game to play defense. This will be his first at bat of the game.
Buck Farmer up in the bullpen again for the Tigers.
.238 for Smolinski. High fly ball. Left center field. Maben calling for it. Runner tagging. Catch is made. And Maben's throw will be cut off. Smolinski gets the job done with a sacrifice fly. Valencia scores to make it 4-2 Athletics.
Well, I think the Tigers did the right thing. You see, this is just a high pitch. You're not going to get the ground ball down there. Lowe's struggling a little bit. Smolinski's looking for his pitch. If you make a good quality pitch here, maybe you get the ground ball, but it doesn't happen. You've given up 1 run, down by 2 right now. 4-2. Got to get this next out. That's the key. Cut this off right here and give yourself a chance to come back.
Billy Burns, the batter, he struck out in the 6th inning. 0 for 3 in the game. And Burns 0 for 11 in the series.
I think you can just tell that Mark Lowe is having a little bit of trouble with his mechanics right now, because he's in his career he powers the ball down. He's got good sink down there, and he just seems to be a little bit off in his rhythm right now.
One ball, 1 strike on Billy Burns.
That number 8 slot for the A's pretty good today. Coughlin with 2 hits, sac fly from Smolinski.
Swing and a miss.
3 RBI.
Tigers had a 2-0 lead. The A's scored 3 unearned runs in the 6th, and now 1 more here in the 8th. Lowe trying to finish off Billy Burns with 2 men on, 2 men out. And a bouncing ball to short. Iglesias for the force, and that'll retire the side, but a big insurance run for the Athletics. As we go to the 9th, Sean Doolittle will face Castellanos, Upton, and Maben. swing, and, well, they're all fired up for it. Sean Doolittle, who comes into some rather abrasive music.
Yeah, pretty heavy right there.
It's intense.
Doolittle in his 24th game, 2 out of 3 on the save opportunities. ERA at 3.26. But look at his career versus Detroit. Got a 5+ ERA. Some history there.
Here's Castellanos to lead it off, and he'll swing in the first pitch and fly it to center. Burns under it. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, flashing back, here's the Magic Moonshot presented by Magic Window. June 30th of 2014. Rajai Davis versus Doolittle. Get a grand slam, game winner. So we'll prime that belief, huh? Let's do it up. Let's load him up, and who's going to be the guy today?
Some good karma right now with that moonshot. Here's Justin Upton. Upton looks at ball 1. The A's are tied with the Twins for the fewest saves in Major League Baseball in the month of May. They have only 3 all month. And they've blown 4 saves this month. 2-0.
Good boy, Jay Up. Stay off that high pitch. Need runners. 1 runner to get that tying run to the plate. That's your role.
Swing and a miss. 94 from Doolittle.
94 and sneaky.
Cameron Maybin lurking on deck. They'll get back into the seats, and now 2-2 on Upton. 0 for 3 in this game for Justin.
Yeah, Doolittle, they're pounding Jay Up in right now. That ball's getting in on him. Unable to get the bat head out. Now you're going to have to let it continue to get deep. You don't want to be susceptible to anything off speed.
Swing and a miss. Upton down on strikes, 2 away. That is 12 strikeouts for Oakland pitching.
Up at the top of the zone. Box track shows it out of the zone, but it's just hard to catch up there. You hope you can foul that off. Tigers down to their last out.
Cameron Maybin will step in with 2 away. Ball 1 to Maybin. Single walk. He's been on base twice. Tigers need a runner and bring the tying run up. Again on deck. That's in the air. Shallow right field. Lowry going back, and the A's win 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. Sean Doolittle puts the final nail in for the A's, and they win 2 of 3 from Detroit.
Just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. For the A's, it's Billy Butler. He had a big series against the Tigers, hurt him. Here's the home run here. Then the RBI today ends up with 3 for 4 with 5 RBI. Just went well for Billy Butler and the A's. And the Tigers go down 2 games to 1 in this series and travel on.